Very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice.
Welcome back. Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. You're listening to Pod Dogs.
Oh no, what happened?
Did everyone freeze? We're all
Yeah,
frozen.
everyone froze.
I got shook for a second.
Oh, no.
I was like, dude, my internet died or what?
That sucked.
Okay, so what? Restart. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pod Dogs.
What's today, Ryan?
Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. And in today's episode, we'll be talking about Vietnam, autonomous driving cars, high-speed rail, and figuring out who the asshole is.
All right. So maybe you guys have heard, maybe you guys haven't heard, but we have this fine entrepreneur from Vietnam named Truong My Lan, and so she defrauded Vietnam for $44 billion and finally got caught for it.
Doing what?
I believe she worked in, like, I guess she was a higher up in a bank, and she was somehow able to pay off and bribe tons of people so that she could get off these like sleazy loans. And was able to siphon out $44 billion from the Vietnamese government.
Billion.
And the people. Yeah, billion. 44 billion. They said it was 10% of Vietnam's GDP.
I was going to say, that's a significant chunk of change.
I'm trying to think like if there's someone in the U.S. that's done something like near that capacity of siphoning off 10% of the U.S. GDP. I don't think there is.
She did this, I believe, I want to say it was over 10 years.
But how do you not get caught? Or like
she was just bribing people.
And so they stopped taking bribes?
I guess so. I guess there were some people who maybe they were, pardon me, uncorruptible in the government, and they finally, I'm sure you know how it is. There's like some like undercover investigation that's going on, and she doesn't know about it until it's too late, kind of a thing.
So at this point, is it just alleged that she did this, or has she been convicted?
No, she's convicted. They sentenced her to death.
What kind of death?
That I think they're just gonna shoot her in the head. But it's definitely like a for sure thing that happened. There's like over like 1,500 people who have already come out and like confessed that she's like bribed them, and that like they took money to hide what she was doing, and they paid that money back. I think of the $44 billion that she's embezzled or whatever, they've been able to retrieve 23 to 27 of it back, and they want more. So I think that's why people are saying they gave her the death penalty, so that like they're like, well, if you just tell us where the rest of the money is, like, oh, we'll just give you life or something like that,
She said no dice.
I mean, I don't know what she said yet, and I don't think it's she's decided or she's told them. Well, one cool thing was she had, I think, $4 billion worth of cash in her basement.
I don't know what that would look like, it seems absurd.
And it wasn't in U.S. cash. It was in Vietnamese dollars, which is called dongs. So she had
$4 billion dogs in her basement.
$4 billion, which is probably like 400 billion dongs. So I was thinking, like, is there any amount of money that I feel like you could steal that I feel like, yeah, you should die for it?
No.
I mean, $44 billion, a ton of money. Do you think she should be sentenced to death? I was very conflicted.
Yeah, dude. She out. She gone. That's 10% of their GDP, annual GDP. That's the taxpayers' money that she stole, $44 billion.
Yep. They're saying, like, there's no way you take that much money and somebody didn't die in the process of all that money going to you.
I mean, that to me seems like, yeah, she definitely took money from causes that, could have saved someone's life probably. Or like you're saying, maybe she was a part of some type of shenanigans that ended up in someone's death. Yeah, she gone. So yeah, I don't feel bad for her getting the death penalty, unfortunately.
I did hear a little bit of this story, and I heard a little bit is due to there being a government change. And when the government changed, they kind of didn't turn a blind anymore. And then the opposing political party basically gave her the death penalty. But the political party before was like, yeah, Go ahead. I think it was real estate. She was like banking and real estate.
Yeah,
or
one
something
of the
like
higher ups in that party that you were talking about, Matt, was like her close friend, which is why
Yeah.
I think she was getting away
Nepotism.
with a lot of stuff. It's like, so they were buddy buddy, so he'd turn the other cheek, and since he's higher up, I'm sure she could get a lot more passes than any other person could.
And then when the government changes, they're like, "Oh, you did this to 10% of our economy." Bye. It's also a good scapegoat. You can put the entire reason that the economy is like whatever going downhill on one person.
Well, I mean, only so much, right?
10% of GDP is a lot. I don't care if it's Cuba.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call her a traitor too, right? Because she was taking it away from her own country.
Would you do it? I mean, you gotta assume she was living the high life for at least 10 years. I mean, they can't find another $20 billion. She could have spent it.
People need to know when to get out, bro. That's crazy to me. Like once you have like $2 billion, just call it quits, man. No one's gonna see. You already got your higher ups. Get out of there and just live the high life, dude. You can spend whatever you want on $2 billion for the rest of your life.
But that's a normal person response. 2 billion, 1 billion. Oh, that's more than enough. These aren't normal people, right? Like this is not a normal person who's like, yeah, let me have some more. I like 44 billion. Let's get more. I mean, it seems like she would have continued if she could have. I don't think she was going to stop.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, you get addicted to it.
Like Bobby says, like at what point, like it's so much money at that point, you can't even spend it all if you wanted.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Buy Vietnam? You're gonna go to once you have all of Vietnam's money, then you can be like, I own Vietnam. So,
Good God! All right, so when is her execution date?
when is the execution? This is pretty fresh. This happened within the past couple weeks, so I'm sure, But I know Asia moves a lot faster than the U.S., so she might be dead within a month for all we know.
Oh, good luck, lady.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
First news nugget down. Loved it. Rolling into the second one. And speaking of rolling, guess which automaker is the first to offer autonomous cars? So no hands while driving. Who do you think it is?
Honda.
Good guess. Matt.
Chrysler.
Wow. No guesses for Tesla, huh? Why is that?
Because it sounded like a trick question.
I don't want it to be Tesla.
Well, it's not Tesla. It's actually ended up being Mercedes. Mercedes has become the first automaker to sell an autonomous car with level 3 features. Now, I don't know. Are you guys familiar with the levels for autonomous driving?
I was going to say, you're going to have to define it for us.
Okay. So autonomous driving comes in or defined in 5 different levels. 0 being absolutely no autonomy. That means the human has all control. And then 5 being the car drives completely by itself.
Okay.
We have nothing in 4 or 5 levels. Like there's nothing currently working at a 4 or 5. I think Waymo, I take that back. I think Waymo was probably working at a level 4.
I have a question.
What's up?
Where did this scale come from?
I think Society of Automotive Engineers, SAE. So currently what we do have a lot of level 1, things like cruise control and acceleration, deceleration. And then level 2 is where your Teslas are at. It still requires you to have your hands on the wheels, even though we've seen videos of people who just like take naps on it. You're not supposed to be doing that at all.
I've seen other kind of videos.
I'm sure you've seen lots of videos.
Okay, buddy. This is a family show.
Yeah, man. Keep your hands to yourself.
Stepsister's family, right?
Oh, geez.
Keep your cream steam to yourself, dude.
So Mercedes calls this Drive Pilot, and that's their level 3 feature, which you can purchase kind of. It's a subscription, annual subscription for about $2,500 a year. And from the article I saw, there's only 65 vehicles right now that are available for sale for the consumer. And that's as of April 11th. And this is
65?
only for 65 vehicles. And this is only for California and Nevada. I don't even know if Nevada has any of the vehicles. They might be all in California right now. And that's because the DMVs in California and Nevada are the ones who approved of this level 3 capabilities at this point. So it's possible it can go into other states, but for now, we're just looking at California and Nevada. And this level 3 autonomy, it only works under specific conditions, meaning it's under 40 miles an hour, it's certain freeways, certain roads, and I think it has to be daytime. So, it's not level 3 all the time.
So like 2.8.
When the conditions are right, it is level 3 because that means you do not have to have your hands on the wheel. You can, at that point, text until the car tells you to start paying attention and take control.
That's at 3.
That's when it's, driving in level 3, autonomous driving. You can take your hands off and let the car do its own thing.
I wonder how intuitive it is. Like, you think this thing can take me to a fast food drive-through?
I don't think so, because it sounds like it is very specific to which roads it has to be on and which freeway. So, as in Mercedes has it like GPS locked to where it is and where it can do its driving. So I think when you get off of a main highway or a road and you do something like drive-through, it's done. It's going to give the control right back to the human.
Okay, it'll be like, all right, you got to do this.
That's what I would expect.
You're thinking like you'll probably be driving, and then they'll probably give you a prompt like, "Hey, you're on a AI road, so you want me to take over, bud?" But then you'd have to punch in a location that's also in that mapped area, right?
I would think so, or it just continues until it's approaching a location where it's going to have to, take off and have you take over control.
I wonder if that's interesting, right? You're approaching the border of where it's like, I don't know anymore. So it's like, hey, once I get here, I'm just going to stop working. You better start driving, bud.
Wait, what's level 4?
Level 4.
Yeah, so level 4 is the vehicle can perform all driving functions and monitor the environment in certain conditions. The human driver has the option to control the vehicle. Where level 3, this is conditional automation, the vehicle can manage all safety critical functions under certain conditions, but the human driver must be ready to take over when requested. So maybe they can't really be on their cell phone in level 3, but they are hands off.
Yeah, I just want to know how much of a heads up it's giving you. I guess that's my first most piqued interest feature. Like, how does it tell you, like, hey, you're going to be driving in 2 minutes? Or is it like, hey, you're going to be driving soon, like in 30 seconds?
Probably has like a, little squirt gun that just shoots you in the face.
Beep, 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 beep. Like, does it park if you're not ready? You know what I mean?
And then for level 2 here, the vehicle has combined automated functions like acceleration and steering, but the human driver must remain engaged with the driving task and monitor the environment at all times. So I think, remaining engaged, meaning you're present, you're there, your hands are still on the wheel. And that's where the Teslas are supposed to be. Level 2 at this point.
Have you guys been in any of those cars that park themselves?
I have not.
I have not.
My parents' cars have that feature, and we were in a parking lot once, and we were like, "Oh, let's give it a try." And we got so nervous that it was just gonna hit the other car. We just stopped it every time we tried it. I'm sure it works, but I don't know. I couldn't trust
Dude,
it.
if it does get damaged, you just sue.
Yeah, but what a pain.
Oh, I'm sure there's some fine print there that says this is at your own expense.
Because it's so close, and the wheel moves on its own. It's and spins and it reverses into the spot. It goes like the other way, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a little sketch.
Well, Bobby, if we're lucky, we won't really have to be driving as much anymore.
I'm trying to get to level 5.
We don't even have to do that. This past Monday was the start of construction for the high-speed rail from Las Vegas to Southern California.
Where?
Where?
Yeah, where in Southern California?
Ah, good question. This is actually going to Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamonga.
That's still a drive.
It's a start. It's something. I'm just happy that they're going to start this construction. They're going to build, or at least the plan is to build a high-speed rail. The projection for completion of this one is to be completed by 2028. So they've got 4 years.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah. Hopefully it is done. I would love to use it, especially if it's affordable.
True.
Any word on that?
I think I saw something like $80 a ticket.
It's way cheaper to fly. I just looked.
What's it
It's like
cost?
$45.
45 to fly.
Yeah, the cheapest, and you know what I mean by cheapest.
Yeah, Spirit.
But still, $45.
Yeah, get on the plane. Smoking in your face.
Kid.
Fucking get on the plane.
This service will be provided by Brightline, and the train itself will be fully electric and apparently be able to travel almost or up to 200 miles per hour.
I wonder where it plans to drop you off in Vegas. I would love it if it dropped you off on the main strip, like the new strip.
I feel like it would do the south side of it, but not close, like half a mile.
Huh. I'm curious where if it ends at the airport, I still have to drive to go to the strip.
No, it wasn't the airport. It was just south of the Las Vegas Strip is where the terminal will be built. And then they're going to build another terminal that will be in, I think, Victorville. Yep. A station stop in Victorville.
Victorville.
This track will be about 218 miles of track between the terminal and that facility in Rancho Cucamonga.
Should we buy property in Victorville now?
I could see this helping Victorville properties increase in value. Taking the 15 to Victorville, if anyone that lives in Southern California has taken the 15, gone through Victorville to go to Vegas, you understand how much traffic gets built up on that freeway. And it is a mess and a nightmare. So if we're able to get some type of high-speed rail to go back and forth with minimal delay, to me, that does open up the ability for people to, maybe live further out and hopefully use that train to commute to work somewhere else where they wouldn't have been able to go, whether it's from Victorville to San Bernardino or San Bernardino to Victorville. It might increase foot traffic, which would be, good for both areas, I suppose.
Victorville. You think a guy named Victor just like conquered that land? How do you get a name like Victorville, dude?
I don't know. I think about that all the time in La Crescenta because everyone in La Crescenta is named after some random white dude. But they did cool stuff.
Victor or whoever founded Victorville, you're going to have a high-speed rail coming through designed to reach speeds of 186 miles per hour. There we go.
That'll be pretty nice. Hopefully it's cheap. I was hoping for like $20 tickets, dude. Would you buy it round trip for $40?
For $40 round trip? Yeah, that sounds great.
I feel like they'd have to offer a pass, like a 600 annual. Would you do that?
An annual, but I don't need to go that often to Vegas.
Yeah, but you can go anytime you want for $600 a year.
But that doesn't.
It might save you gas. And
if I liked it, obviously I'd try it once, and if I liked how it worked, I do go to Vegas enough that I'd probably do it.
And I know you don't like driving.
Yeah.
I think 600 is fair, annual, and maybe you get like a premium too for $1,000.
Because I think I'll go 10 times, and that's only $60, right?
For comparison, Florida-based Brightline Holdings already operates the Miami to Orlando line with trains reaching speeds up to 125 miles per hour. This launched in 2018 and expanded service to Orlando International Airport last September. It offers 16 round trips per day with one-way tickets for this 235-mile commute costing about $80. So that's where I got the 80 from. For comparable distance, 235 miles in that example to the 218 expected on this track. So maybe it'll end up being about $80 for the round trip. I'm sorry, one-way ticket. I'm sorry.
Oh, $160.
Not worth.
Yeah, that is steep.
Who's doing that?
And it gets me there. If it got me there in an hour, maybe. It's got to be really convenient. It's got to be like trains running nonstop, and I'm just like popping on and going.
Still.
I don't you don't have to go through security or nothing. Like, I don't know.
Worse.
I know it's worse, but it's more convenient.
Wait, why would security be worse?
Not having security would be worse.
Yeah, not having security would be worse.
Why would that be worse? Have you guys not used a train, the Amtrak here in California? There's no security, and it's not worse. You just get on.
Have you used like the Blue Line? Have you used the Metro Link Line? Those are.
Have you used Surfliner? It's
fun.
easy.
Yeah, Surfliner's nicer, but I'm talking like the Metro Link Line. You don't know who you're gonna get.
All I know is that when I go to San Juan Capistrano over here and I want to get on the train, I just walk on.
Yeah, it could be dangerous.
You guys have taken a train to San Diego before, haven't you?
Yes.
How much was that ticket?
Too much.
120
Round trip or one way?
round trip, I think.
So you paid 120. How long did it take to get there?
4 or 5 hours.
Oh my goodness. It only takes 2 hours if you drive.
Also,
right?
this was 2018.
Yeah, the trains haven't changed. They're the same trains.
Man, that's crazy. And how did you like it? Were you like, oh, this is so nice? I'm not driving, even though it doubles my travel time.
If you're okay with it being longer, if you're with someone, yeah, and I think we were drinking, probably. I'll read if I need to. I can scroll on my phone. It's no big deal. I like it. You get a good view.
I suppose so.
Ryan, have you taken any of the trains in Japan?
Yeah, I did. Airport to Tokyo.
What about pricing and convenience? How did that feel?
I can't recall the specifics of it, but it was convenient. It was definitely convenient to use it to get around Tokyo and whatnot. And I didn't feel like I was getting exploited on the pricing. But then I was there on vacation, right? So I would have paid whatever price to get around. It didn't matter to me.
That's how I felt when I was in London visiting my sister, because I use train. It's not high speed, but it didn't feel price gougy, but it did feel more expensive than it used to.
They got you, you dumb American, dude. Get on the trolley, little Mac. Come on, dude.
Get on the trolley.
It's only $100 for the next stop, bud.
Where you going, Hogwarts? Platform 9 3/4 is that way. Run to that wall.
I want to see more high-speed rail. I mean, we do have the California high-speed rail project that's slowly been progressing for that Los Angeles to San Francisco commute. But right now they're only focusing on the Central Valley. And that's a totally different project than what's going on right now with the Las Vegas Rancho Cucamonga thing. Those are like two different entities.
How do you feel about a nationalized rail system?
I'm all about it. I'm about it because I don't think there's enough incentive for the private industry to really implement the high-speed rail, and nationalizing it and letting the federal state just plow through and start putting in these things, to me, is the fastest way we get it.
I agree.
Do we need all them trains?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't realize how important trains were until I got to Fort Hood in Texas, and they transport everything on train. Everything across the country. Tanks, all supplies. It's so much going to like North Carolina and the West Coast, all on long, mile-long rail.
But yeah, but like, do we need more? Like, we don't have enough?
I think we definitely need more rail line, more trains, but just like really an upgrade in the infrastructure of itself too, to be able to allow a high-speed rail to run.
What do you want high-speed rail transportation to eventually accomplish?
I think more short term, when I think about it, I would like for that to accomplish major cities within California, something like San Diego to LA, LA to San Francisco.
What do you think that connection is going to do? Like, why is it positive?
To me, I see that increasing tourism, making it easier for people to travel. I think flying is horrendous. If we're able to do high-speed rail for people to travel and use high-speed rail that's fully electric, I think that is also much more efficient resource-wise. Whether or not we're using electricity that's generated from coal or natural gas, that is way more efficient than burning fossil fuels in your jets. So if we're going to continue to travel, well, why not be more efficient about it?
So you think energy efficiency is like your main concern?
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty big concern.
I would like mass transportation to solve the issue of congestion and provide decongestion to places that normally people wouldn't live, because I think there is overcrowding, especially here in Southern California, for whatever reason you want to say. A lot of people want to start families here for a good reason, but it's crowded. But I think if we had systems that put people a little bit distant but gave them access to these central hubs, it wouldn't feel as congested as where we are. I want that to be solved.
I need level 5 vehicles, dude. Then it'll just be like iRobot. There's no traffic.
No,
You just
level 5
just get in the
won't
car.
solve that.
Why not?
Because, okay, you're still taking up a bunch of fucking space with cars. That's the problem with cars. Even if it's a level 5, you're looking at this hunk of 4,000 pounds of metal to carry what, 2 bodies, 300 pounds of flesh?
Yeah, but a train's not gonna take me to the grocery store, dude.
No, it won't. I agree with that.
Or to your house.
Ideally, these things arrive together congruently. So it's not one or the other, right? It is both, that we have both of these. That
Oh yeah,
is the
of
ideal.
course. That's what I want. And they all run on solar, dude. And that'd be even greater.
I mean, I don't hate that.
Pretty sweet, dude. My car just sits in the sun. It's like, oh, I can't drive today. It's too cloudy.
Have you heard of Solara?
No,
The car?
Yeah.
she sounds cute.
Yeah, she is cute. And it's, Aptera. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm an idiot. Anyways, Aptera Motors. So this is a solar electric vehicle that requires no charging for most daily use. And like you're saying, Bobby, you just let your car sit there and it charges and you just go. You're not going to be crossing the country in this car. And like I said, it's for like daily commutes, like someone who's like traveling 40 miles a day, maybe some or less, something like that.
How does it see how fast it can go? Because if it can only go like 40, I probably don't want it. I at least need like 50.
0 to 60 in 4 seconds.
Well, that's pretty good. 60. At least it can hit 60. It seems good enough. What's it called?
Aptera. And then they are advertising up to 40 miles of solar powered driving per day and 1,000 miles on a single charge. The car is built to be very lightweight.
Wait, how much on a single charge?
There's travel up to 1,000 miles on a single charge.
That's a lot.
When you're thinking of this car, though, for people, I mean, obviously no one can see. I don't even have an image up, but this isn't like a Honda Accord or your Volkswagen GTI. The shape of this car looks nothing like that. This is a lot more streamlined, and it kind of looks.
It's a goofy looking car.
Yeah, it's kind of goofy, but it's meant to be very, very aerodynamic.
It looks like a fish.
So you're not fitting, a bunch of stuff in this car. It's like 2 people, and there's some space in there for like groceries and, daily activities. But you're not going off-roading in this thing.
You're not.
You're right. I'm not, but someone else eventually will. With the Aptera car and high-speed rail, the future is looking a little bright.
Any statement from Elon about this high-speed rail?
I haven't heard anything from him, and that's a good thing. Thank God.
He has been silent lately. Silent
Has he?
lately.
I feel like he hasn't. I think we just haven't seen anything. I mean, check his Twitter. The dude is always on there.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, the last time I did go on Twitter, the first notification I got was the Tesla Y is now under 30K base model. It's pretty good.
Man, Tesla, god damn it, dude.
Sorry, Ryan, didn't mean to trigger you.
Well, it's just 5-10 years ago, I think a lot of people would have assumed that Tesla would probably have been the first automaker to have brought a level 3 car to market. To me, it's just so obvious that they've dropped the ball and they're essentially being the first automaker to really go in on electric vehicles.
But kudos to them
Yeah,
for trying.
Kudos to them for trying, but I see them continuing to slip, and I wouldn't be surprised if in like the next 10 years, like Tesla's no longer a functioning company, that it's just bankrupt and defunct.
Damn, look at you.
Dude, like, how are you going to stay in business when you have companies like Mercedes, GM, Honda, Hyundai, large automakers who know how to make cars that are coming into the EV space and starting to take market share, while your cars and your models are now aging? When's the last time they did a true update to any of their Tesla vehicles? 5 years?
I don't have one.
Like it's been quite a bit.
The coolest thing to me about Teslas is they have that big iPad, and you know I'm over it, right? You can't fool me with your Cybertruck, dude.
Yeah, and the Cybertruck, that's a flop. That is a total flop of a car.
Big flop, dude. Big floppy woppy.
Tesla Semi, another flop. Yeah, man.
Damn.
Tesla has a lot of, I don't know, introspective thinking to do and what not to. They want to stay relevant. So good luck to them.
Good luck, GL.
Am I the asshole for saying this?
No.
No?
Your opinions are valid.
Okay. Let's figure out if I am the asshole, though. Bob, what you got for me?
All right. I'm going to read you a story, and then you're going to tell me if you think it's from the perspective of a random poster, and you're going to tell me if you think what they did was justified or unjustified, more or less, or if they were if they were being an asshole in this specific situation.
Hit me with it.
I woke up at 5 a.m. craving pancakes while on vacation with my in-laws, so I decided to quickly make myself and my son some, since we were the only ones awake besides my husband, who doesn't eat pancakes. My sister-in-law's daughter came downstairs just as my son was finishing up and started crying because there were no more pancakes left for her. I did try to comfort her, but I have really bad morning sickness since I'm pregnant after I eat, and I was starting to feel sick, so I had to take her to her parents, who were still sleeping. Long story short, my sister-in-law was upset that I only made pancakes for myself and my son when there were others in the house who also needed to eat breakfast. She said I was selfish and I should have known my niece would have wanted some too, and I could have made extra just in case. Am I the asshole?
No, not the asshole. But I mean, like, yeah, you could have made extra pancakes, but you're not an asshole for not making extra pancakes.
Yeah, just absent-minded.
I think absent-minded is that's fair, right? Yeah. I mean, how hard was it to, add a little extra flour, another egg, whatever it is, 2 or 3 more pancakes.
Yeah, how much harder was it to just make a couple more pancakes for your niece?
But I can also see the perspective of like, well, I don't want to waste food. Maybe no one wants pancakes. I don't know if anyone will eat the pancakes, so I'm just.
No, I mean, in the moment when you see this little girl and she's crying, and you're like, I could just fix this if I just make her a couple more pancakes.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
You're talking about a pregnant woman.
Sure.
I've never been pregnant. I've seen a pregnant woman. I've talked to a pregnant woman, and when they feel a certain way, they feel a certain way. If she feels sick, she feels sick. I ain't gonna push it. She feels sick after she eats, dude. So be it. Like I get it, I guess, or I don't get it, but I understand.
Not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Just inconsiderate.
Just inconsiderate, which is kind of an asshole thing.
She's getting there. If it was like, oh, you want pancakes? Too fucking bad. Like, all right, you're an asshole. You didn't have to say that.
I feel like if I was there, and I don't think she was mean, but I feel like if there was a kid there, even if I had a headache, I'd probably make them pancakes.
And that's why you're considerate. This is definitely not, are you a nice person? I don't know if she's a nice person. She's not an asshole, but I don't know if she's nice.
That's interesting. Okay, so it's not quite a positive outcome. You want another one, or you want something else?
Yeah, throw another one.
Whatever you got.
All right. I got another one for my bougie gats out there.
Bougie gat.
Am I the asshole for being truthful and admitting that I find my wife unattractive after her surgery? My wife had plastic surgery recently. We had discussed it prior and I was against it. It was not my decision though, and I ultimately had no say. She looks weird now. She had that fat sucked out of her face, lip fillers, a neck lift, other stuff I don't really get. She gives me uncanny valley vibes. It freaks me out. She is fully healed now and she wants us to go back to normal, like me initiating sex. I have done so, but not as much as I used to. And when I do, I try to make sure there's very little light. It's been a few months and I kind of dread having to look at her. Obviously, she has noticed. She has been bugging me to tell her what's up. I've tried telling her I'm just tired from work or that I'm really run down, really anything except the truth. She broke down one night and asked me if I was having an affair. I said I wasn't. She asked to look through my phone and I unlocked it and I handed it over. I wasn't worried about her finding anything because there's nothing to find. She spent an hour looking through it and found nothing and then asked me to explain why I changed. I tried explaining that I just wasn't interested right now, but nothing I said was good enough for her. She kept digging and digging, and finally I told the truth. I wasn't harsh or brutally honest. I just told her that her new face wasn't something I found attractive and that I was turned off. She asked if that's why I just turn off the lights now, and I said yes. She started crying and said that she needed some time alone and went to go stay with her sister. I have been called every name in the book since this has happened. Her sister says I'm a piece of shit for insulting my wife's looks, and her friends all think I'm an asshole. I tried not to say anything. I can't force myself to find her attractive. I still love her, but her face is just weird now. She looks like that blue alien from The Fifth Element. Hey, Jamie, can you pull up a picture of that blue alien from The Fifth Element? Yeah, right there. Thank you. Okay.
Matt, I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, Matt. Let's hear Matt first. This seems like a real Matt topic.
Not the asshole.
Defend yourself.
I think because he gave you a little bit before it, that he told the wife that he didn't agree with it and she did it anyway, it gives him a little bit more to stand on. He warned you. He was like, I'm not going to agree. I don't find this attractive. If you're going to do this, I'm not going to find you attractive. She did it. He's no longer attracted to her. Duh. Honesty is concrete. You got to be honest all the way through. If you're going to be dishonest about how the other person's choices made you feel, then the relationship's not going to last. Why lie?
It also sounded like he kind of held off on saying anything afterwards for a while, but long enough.
Which is worse.
Yeah, which I'm getting at, which I think was also worse for him not being able to say something earlier about what the issue was, and instead saying, "Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I don't know. I'm not into it tonight," and letting her sit with those thoughts of, well, what's going on, and really internalize. I think, yeah, that definitely made it worse. And in that aspect, he was kind of being an asshole, even though I think he was probably trying to protect her. It was also kind of an asshole move to not communicate with who you're telling us is your wife and who you should be able to communicate and discuss this with.
Yeah, but he was conflicted, dude. That's why he wanted to tell her, but basically he had to be like, listen, babe, you're ugly. That's why he couldn't just come out and say it.
Then maybe there's an opportunity for her to fix it. Oh, my husband doesn't like what happened. I'm going to go back and get it redone.
That's going to be a hard conversation regardless.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. That's the only reason why he waited off, right? Well, that's what he makes it seem like. It's because it's just hard to be like, hey, listen, I kind of think you're fucking ugly now.
Rip it off.
I mean, there's also a way to communicate that message, right? And saying, hey, you ugly. Not the way to say it. And we don't know
Ryan,
what his words were.
How many times has Tiff told you to shave your face?
Oh, plenty of times. Because I look ugly if I don't shave my face.
Granted, shaving is different than surgery, but she's telling you what she likes.
Yeah. But she also says, may you shave your face. She doesn't say, hey, ugly man with the shabby looking hair on your face.
Not to your face.
Get rid of.
Ooh.
I'm going to need to check her phone later.
Yeah, you better check it. She's like, look at that fucking shaggy bitch, dude. Looking like a Sasquatch, dude.
I'm pretty sure I know she doesn't like your mustache. At least last I heard.
I signed up to be a wife, not a vet, dude.
Hates the stash. But it's almost about
Yeah.
stash time. That's like a real autumn type of thing I do. So we got a few months till that pops up.
Seasonal stash.
Mm-hmm.
Full Lieutenant Dangle stash on, like, highway patrol. That's pretty sweet. Does your stash grow full, complete?
It's okay. Like if I give it some time, it's decent. It's all right.
Do you get a beard? Like a
I
Phil, like a Moses beard or a Greggy beard?
I do not get a nice full beard. I get patchy.
What about you, Matt? Does it if you left it, would you get a beard like that?
Yeah.
You've never let it grow out for like a long length.
No. You know, it's weird. I know it's gonna sound weird, but it affects me emotionally. If my beard gets too big, I feel like I get depressed. So I just let it get to a trim, and my favorite is scruff. But when it gets past the scruff, I go full shave.
You feel like you just don't like how it looks at a certain point, and then you're
Yeah, I
just
feel
like,
bumming. Like I'm bumming.
oh, I see. You're like I look bad with how this
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah.
I think there is always that, like, it's like when people want to get long hair, there's like that weird middle phase where you're like, this looks just like trash,
Yeah.
dude.
And I look at myself and I'm like, ew.
I want
Well, if
long
you-
hair. I can't get past that phase you talk about.
Yeah, but if you get past it, you're like, yo, this is worth it. But it's just that middle phase where you're like, I look like a doofus.
I mean, I look like a doofus regardless. It
That's
doesn't
why I'm
matter.
wearing a hat right now. It's getting into doofus stage.
Doofy doof.
All right, Bob. You got any cues for me?
Yeah, sure. I got some cues. All right. Would you rather be able to teleport like you've seen the movie Looper? You know that movie?
Okay.
Or like Nightcrawler? Or every time you open your wallet, there's $25 in it.
What's the refresh rate?
As many times as you can open your wallet. You can do that all day if you want.
So, question about that.
Sure.
Obviously,
Lay
if
it
I'm
on me.
opening up my wallet and I'm getting $20. If I do it enough times, you can get a lot of money that way. If you do it
Yes.
enough times, I mean, it's not like what I'm getting at here is taxes. Getting away with having a ton of money. You're gonna have to launder that.
Thinking you're gonna get capital gains from your genie wallet?
No, but you can't. If you don't have a job, Matt, and you end up buying like a $50,000 car, you buy a house, and you buy a bunch of shit. You think the IRS is gonna be like, that's okay. He has no income and he's buying shit. Oh, that's fine. How long do you think that goes until you get caught?
I'd make it go for a while.
You'd have to pretend you're an artist, Matt, and I'm selling paintings, bro.
That's how they do it.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm getting at. You're gonna have to launder it somehow.
You're gonna have to figure out how to Londi.
Matt isn't just gonna use $20. That homeboy is gonna sit there for hours, for days and years.
I think if anybody has the genie wallet as Matt has coining it, you have to abuse it. I mean, that's the point. But teleporting is pretty cool.
Wait, it's teleport. The answer is teleport. Wait, what are my teleportation limitations?
It's just like Nightcrawler or like in the movie Looper.
Can I teleport into a vault?
Sure,
I'm doing that.
you can teleport into a vault. Sure.
How do you think you can tell? Like, what do you think goes on? Where you just think about where you want to be and you just show up there, or do you have to like
Yeah.
have been there before?
We're gonna go with like best case scenario where it's just like you can think about where you want to be and you'll be there if it exists.
Yep, I'll go with that.
Instantaneous teleport. You go, I want to be inside the bank that's on like the vault of that bank on the corner right there. Boom, you'll be in it.
So if I think of something and it doesn't exist, I just don't go anywhere.
Yeah, you just stay where you're at.
That's not bad.
We gotta make it good. It's because it's teleporting or infinite money.
I think teleporting can become infinite money.
Yeah, it could. Seems like it's a little bit more work, but I don't know. You tell me.
One gold bar, pull.
And then, then now you have one gold bar, man. Now you have to go sell your gold bar. It's not like you can just.
Any pawn shop buys gold.
I'm not saying they don't, but that's just still more stuff you have to do. They're gonna be like, "Where's this fucker getting 1 pound gold bars to sell me, dude? And why does it have like stamp from Wells Fargo on it?"
Oh, no, but then I would teleport and get it smelted and into whatever I want it to be, into a crown.
A crown?
Yeah, it's smelted into a crown.
Matt would be stealing so much gold he wouldn't know what to do with it because he wouldn't know how to launder it.
Yeah, I'd make a bunch of gold rings or something. Gold chain.
So once again, I can teleport with others, right? Like if I hold someone, they're coming with me.
Sure, I'll make it so anything you can hold in your hands gets teleported with you, or you're touching.
Touching?
Yeah, but I'm not letting you be like, oh, if you're touching the house, you could teleport the house.
What about an elephant?
Something as how extreme are we gonna go here? I'll let you teleport something as
No bigger than your own body size.
Sure, let's go as big as any human.
Wemby.
Sure, that's the biggest human you could teleport.
Okay, so we can't teleport a car.
No.
But you could teleport, money, obviously.
Seeing how I don't have a wallet, I am going to go with teleport here. Teleport seems like a much more functional idea. Wake up, get dressed, need to go to work. Boom. There. Done. No traffic. Oh, look at that. We don't even need high-speed rail anymore or level 5 cars. I just teleport.
Oh yeah, you don't.
Ryan's a level 7 human.
Now, let me tell you, if I could teleport, I'm not going to work.
That's true.
I'm not working.
Will you tell people that you can teleport? Like, would you let people know that?
Absolutely not. I could be a teleporter right now, and I would not tell you guys.
I mean, the implications of having people find out that you can teleport, I think the government definitely comes after you, right? Like, they want answers.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get experimented on.
How are they gonna fucking catch you?
They're gonna catch you sleeping, dude.
Okay, you wake me up. Bye.
If they know, they're going to want to. That's enough for me to not want to tell anybody about this. I don't want people knowing. I don't want anyone to come after me at all for any reason.
It'd be a really cool way to quote unquote get away with murder.
Oh, this guy's dark. God damn.
You could get away with a lot of murder, Matt. All right, take it easy, dude. Take it easy. Jack the Ripper over here.
Jesus, dude.
I feel like that happened in a movie I saw recently. Someone transported someone into the desert and offed them.
Yeah, I think they do that in Looper. He like teleports them to like the middle of the ocean, just drops them, and then teleports back to safety.
Scary.
That's how you kill people. So what did you decide, Matt?
It's teleport. It was never the wallet.
Yeah, I don't think you can buy that experience. Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to think, like, how long would it take you to say get $100,000 in 20s?
25s. Once I looked up the math, and somebody said if you just sat there and did what Matt's doing, you'd get like over 300 grand in an hour. I'm also curious, like, I don't know what the inside of a bank vault looks like, but when you look in it, is there just stacks of cash just sitting there? What if they're in like lock boxes?
No, you'd have to time it where things weren't secure. Like, I don't know, I picture a cart full of gold bars just sitting there just waiting to be
It's
put away.
always like gold bars, dude. It's never just cash.
Yeah. And the guy walks out of the vault real quick for 10 minutes. I swoop in, grab.
That's gonna steal the Mona Lisa and be like, okay, how do I sell this?
I wouldn't steal that.
What do you think would be the most petty thing you use teleportation for?
Sports? No, that's pretty smart.
Sports? What are you going to throw the basketball to yourself and teleport to slam it in? What are you talking about?
You teleport just slight enough that instead of you're like moving faster than any human could move, but it just looks like you're really fast. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then like, I'm short, right? But with teleporting, I could dunk over anybody. Like I'm gonna have like an 82-inch vertical, and people are gonna be like, "We don't get it, but he can do it."
I would sneak into sports events, get good seats to a game. If I see on TV that there's a live game going on and no one sat on certain seats on the TV, I just teleport into those seats.
Yeah, but then you're gonna be on camera, like all of a sudden, it's like you're gonna manifest, goof, and they're gonna be like,
I'll go to the bathroom. I'll manifest in the stall.
okay, then how are you gonna get into the seat, dude? They're gonna be like tickets, and you're gonna be like, teleport.
On the other side of him.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, yeah, right here, teleport. Just walk to the seat. Well, good luck with that.
Or maybe, here's one. As someone's buying like floor seats and they're getting tickets handed to them, I teleport, swoop in, grab the tickets, swoop out, and then show up. And then be like, these are mine.
You're an asshole. Wow. He's just...
Dude, teleporting turned this guy into a jerk, bro.
Yeah, honestly.
Imagine if you had infinite money, you could just legit buy your seats, dude. Oh, I know a good one. Like, I'd play video games, and when someone talked trash to me, I would teleport to their house and smack them from behind the head, and then teleport back to my house. I'd be like, say it again, and I'll hit you. And he'd be like, yeah, hit me. I'll teleport behind him, bang, and then teleport back.
Oh, I got it one. I would pee in random places.
One more time. What?
I would teleport to urinate.
Okay.
Think about it.
Matt's a piss boy, dude.
Like, if I need to go to the bathroom right now where I'm sitting, I didn't walk to the bathroom, I'm going to teleport off the Golden Gate Bridge, take a piss, come back.
That's... Okay. All of that was functional until you said off the Golden Gate Bridge, but I mean, I'm not going to hate on that.
Yeah.
Hey, you pee where you want to pee.
Pee where I want to pee. A nice hotel room in New York or something. I don't know.
Like in the room itself or like in the bathroom of that room?
In the bathroom, dude.
I don't know.
On the bed.
You gotta steal tickets from a dude who bought seats on the floor. Like, I have no idea what your intentions are now.
Yeah, dude. Matt stole tickets from this guy who's a Make-A-Wish. They're like, oh, here's your Make-A-Wish tickets. Matt teleported and took them.
Sorry.
Sorry, dude. You snooze, you lose, bro.
I can teleport.
Well, if you're listening to this, let us know where you would teleport and what petty things you would do with teleportation. Because we're about to teleport ourselves out of this conversation.
I got a joke for you to end it off. What's the difference between a casual dinner party and a pirate orgy? The first one, you come as you are, and the second, you are as you come. All right, guys, have a good one. Pod Dogs out.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe. That helps us help you with more content.